Sounds like another cash grab.
My back shot was the one to get ignored.
This is one of two videos of Chuckecheese ignoring little Safa Muhammad. The 2-year-old invited to a birthday party at the Route 23 location in Wayne Saturday. The character gives 1, 2, 3 high fives to other kids, but leaves Safa hanging.
But when she turned around, she just was excited to see him. She saw that he was giving all the other kids high fives, and she put her hand out. It was her turn, but he put his hand in.
So, in the spirit of what happened with the Sesame Place incident, you've got another, let's just say you've got another parent calling another establishment racist because the mascot wouldn't, let's just say, interact with their child. Does this sound to me like a bit of a cash grab, or does this rather sound to me like people trying to jump on the money train because they may be, I don't know, broke or whatnot? I mean, you guys saw Cobra Commander there. She was complaining about how her child, how they didn't exactly interact with their child at this Chuck E. Cheese. So I guess Chuck E. Cheese is now racist. Now, guys, we're going to be talking about this for a quick minute because there's something that I said in the previous video that I released about student loans, especially with Nina Turner and the NAACP president, of course, crying racist because Biden did not forgive enough student debt loan or student loan debt. He didn't exactly alleviate enough for them. However, I think the real thing that they're looking for is some type of alleviation from debt, period. Now, guys, I'm bringing this up because we live in a time right now where inflation is about to get much, much more rampant. You're probably going to see people do very, very stupid things to get some type of money. Now, with that right there out of the way, let's go ahead and watch the whole story.
A family is speaking out after they say a character at Chuck E. Cheese in New Jersey ignored their 2-year-old, and the apology they received fell short. Darla Miles from WABC, our sister station in New York, has the story.
In the video, there were a bunch of Caucasian children who were there that were on stage that received the high five. My back shot was the one to get ignored.
This is one of two videos of Chuck E. Cheese ignoring little Safa Muhammad. The 2-year-old invited to a birthday party at the Route 23 location in Wayne Saturday. The character gives 1, 2, 3 high fives to other kids, but leaves Safa hanging.
But when she turned around, she just was excited to see him. She saw that he was giving all the other kids high fives, and she put her hand out. It was her turn, but he put his hand in and then down and act like he didn't see her.
Safa is only 2 years old. She doesn't get it and keeps trying. The incident comes on the heels of 2 similar incidents at Sesame Place in Philadelphia. In both, little girls of color are dismissed by costume characters. In this exclusive interview with Eyewitness News, Natiana Muhammad says the experience was beyond hurtful, especially as a first-time mom.
That was actually my first time actually witnessing someone, ignore her or make her feel like she's invisible.
In a written statement, Chuck E. Cheese says it's saddened when a child has a less than perfect experience and says, "We want to thank the family who brought this to our attention and for giving the on-site manager an opportunity to apologize and address their concerns in person."
Gave the on-site manager an opportunity to apologize when she said, "I'm sorry you feel that way." Was that the apology?
The 29-year-old mother says she did complain to management, who arranged a picture with Safa and Chucky.
Her demeanor changed from she was excited, happy, jumping, high five, to when it was time to take a picture, just stood beside him.
A harsh lesson for a 2-year-old child at a place where a kid can be a kid.
I hugged her, told her that I loved her and that she never has to beg for love because she is loved by many. So,
by the way, guys, in that video, I want to talk about stereotypes, which, by the way, I'll be talking about here. Now, here's the deal. So, the guy, as in the Sesame Place ordeal, he's wearing a, he's wearing a costume. These costumes don't exactly provide what we call let's just say the optical or let's just say how do I say it? It doesn't exactly provide the vision that you would need. You see these masks, they go on top of the head. The holes are typically right there in the neck area. You can't really see out of those holes. You definitely don't have any peripheral vision. And because the top part is so heavy, sometimes the equilibrium is a little bit off. So typically, more times than not, when you're wearing a mascot's costume like that, you typically tend to walk in straight lines. You typically tend to not move very much, or you move in very, very controlled ways. I know that it sounds a little bit jacked up, but after a while, you only have about 1 or 2 moves when you wear these heavy costumes, And I think that, like I said in the previous video, we're living in a world where empathy, quite frankly, is running out. And I think it's running out because people are trying to take advantage of just the slightest little bit. This is the problem with cancel culture. You see, cancel culture has created this environment where one little tiny infraction, and all of a sudden, people who, quite frankly, are oversensitive, they kind of go crazy. Now, me personally, I don't think that right there is the deal with Cobra Commander here. Obviously, she's wearing a mask. She's obviously got, which, by the way, she of all people should understand that you can't see that well when you've got basically two holes in your face. I mean, to me, this right here is absolutely freaking hilarious. Which leads me to the next point, which, by the way, is going to be the main point of this video. Now, guys, as I said before, inflation is going rampant. And, of course, people are going to be looking for anything and everything to try to get some type of coin, to try to get some type of money. Now, guys, I don't know what this woman is thinking by filing a lawsuit against a chain like Chuck E. Cheese. You see, a lot of these people who are filing these lawsuits don't really have any money. And if they were to actually win some money, they have to pay at least a third of it, possibly 40 or 50% if they got someone like, say, Ben Crump on the case, another very, very famous race scripter. They probably have to pay more than half of what they get. So let's just say that you get $25 million out of Chuck E. Cheese. Well, you're probably going to pay about $12.5 million of it to the actual attorney, knowing these shysters that are out there. And then you've probably got to pay additional money in fees and, of course, taxes. You're kind of not getting anything. So you're kind of creating a stink to get absolutely nothing in the process. Now, guys, this is where I want to end the video at. Now, look, if you guys want to call me bigoted or whatnot, go right ahead. I've told you guys before, I've been raised in the South, but living here my entire life. I'm around people of all color, and quite frankly, I know that most people of all color are not like this, but you're kind of giving people a bad name. Let me go ahead and break this down for you. So in the last video, I talked about Biden's student loan debt forgiveness. It was the second video. And I brought up the fact that Nina Turner and the NAACP president are trying to go all racist with the thing and saying that the guy that they voted for was in fact racist, even though you had several indicators and actual legislation to prove that the Biden administration was racist as hell, yet you still voted for him anyway. Very funny, very weird people these race groups are. Now here's the thing, okay? You're giving people a bad name, okay? Let me go ahead and tell you what's probably eventually going to happen if this crap right here begins to go too far. Now, this is kind of hyperbolic, but I want to go ahead and say this. Let's say establishments like Chuck E. Cheese, or let's say Dave & Buster's, or hell, even Buffalo Wild Wings, or Sesame Place. What if they create a policy that if you have black kids or black children, you're not allowed to go in there? You see, you're kind of, I know it's hyperbolic, and yeah, somebody's going to come here and say that's racist, but you know, the thing is this right here, after a while, people are going to begin to take note that it's only one side of the aisle that's doing this crap. What if by some odd chance that maybe they start developing policies like, okay, we'll let you in, but you've got to be on that side over there. Oh, you signed a waiver because people don't read the actual instructions before they go in there. I could promise you right now that if I went to Disney World right now, I guarantee you I would break at least 10 to 12 of their guidelines just at random, because people break the law all the time. Sometimes they don't even know this. I'm just using it as an example. I mean, do you drive 5 miles above the speed limit? Do you drive 10 miles? Of course, everybody does that stuff. If people just look the other way, nobody really truly cares. I mean, I'm one of the biggest offenders. I normally drive 8 miles above the speed limit. I mean, what's the phrase? You know, 7 heaven, 8 great, 9 your mind. That's the way it is here in North Carolina. But the thing is this right here. After a while, these companies are eventually going to get tired, and they're going to begin to start stereotyping the actual people that come in here, because you're giving people of the said race, through your faux racism, a very, very bad name. That right there is kind of the point. Once again, this right here just looks like another great big giant money grab that I personally don't think is going to go anywhere, because even a judge, when they look at this, they're probably going to laugh at it, and they're going to say to themselves, here is this college kid, or here is this guy who probably makes no more than $8 or $9 an hour. He can't see out of what the hell he's been given, but he's taken on the task of being a mascot, and he's interacting with kids. But as you guys saw, the little girl was all the way on the floor, and the other girls, of course, were standing on top of what looked like it was a bit of a stage, so that way he ain't got to bend over, wearing that very, very heavy top and whatnot. A judge more than likely is going to look at this video and laugh it out of court. And once again, this person, Cobra Commander here, who, by the way, is also wearing a mask herself and probably can't freaking see, is just going to look like the idiot that she already is, and probably is going to go broke in the process. Guys, John Claymore here. I just figured I'd point out yet another money grab. If you guys like this content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sign up in the comment section. There will be another video out later on the night to go along with this one. This is going to be one of those rare days where I do 3. Once again, hit the like button, make the video take off. Also, leave a comment in the comment section. We'll get you guys' thoughts on this. Subscribe if you've not already subscribed. Let's make the channel grow. Let's go ahead and get monetized for the year's over with. And I'll see you guys later.